So I absolutely cannot sleep. It is our first snowstorm of the season here in the Twin Cities, and the girls are both sleeping, so I'm trying to be quiet. But I wanted to talk to everybody about Bayberry and how you can incorporate it over your holiday gatherings. I like to refer to Thanksgiving as second Maven. But Bayberry is a Jupiterian herb. Right now, Jupiter is in retro, and so it will remain in retro until about mid March when it goes direct. And Bayberry is a wonderful way to counter those retro energies that just don't serve us well. Not to say Jupiter is all bad in retro. You know, it will go back, it will water some seeds that we forgot about that maybe we planted and we neglected a little bit, which is nice, but can also expand pretty negative things in our lives. So I do think it's important that we incorporate things like Bayberry to bring in balance. Now, the other thing with Bayberry, it is very much in Tarotic energy, a coins and swords herb. Well, coins and swords season is right now. It is the dark, cold season, right? And so Bayberry brings the warmth. It warms it up. Excuse me. So, what intents work best for Bayberry? Anything to do with housing, your home, work, jobs, money, of course, especially with a prosperity and abundance aspect to it, and really new doors, new beginnings going into a new year. So Bayberry is really very versatile. I like to compare it to trained hunting money. I don't know if any of you guys remember when I was selling that on Etsy. I got my hand slapped for it. I do still sell it on the main website, but I use circulated and uncirculated $2 bills. Now those are sigilled, blessed with psalm work, and they are swept with cinnamon, but not only cinnamon. They are swept with bayberry because it is a lot like trained hunting money as a standalone herb. You can use it in the same respect. Now, of course, with trained hunting money, you need to go out and you need to spend it on something to get it out into the market, you know, get it rubbing up against other money, get it into a bank so it can start drawing money towards you. Bayberry does not need that, so you don't need to have that action piece you do with trained hunting money. So, Bayberry is also referred to as a shopper's charm or shopper's talisman, and that is because in the month of December, many of us are very generous, which is beautiful. We need to keep that vibration up. Giving is important to receive. However, you know, nobody here included, we do tend to overspend and even go into debt. So Bayberry actually helps to counter and bring in balance, especially if we're facing debt in January. It attracts resources to us so that we can deal with that without drowning. Honestly, I feel like I'm not the only one that feels like I'm drowning financially in January, but it is a shopper's charm. So how do you use it? I can tell you that for me, I use it as an infusion. If you use ground fine bayberry, you can really put it in just about anything as long as you don't overdo it. It's pretty tasteless. So I'll bake and cook with it this year. So the girls and I, I'm losing my voice. Tomorrow night we have like matching Christmas PJs. I got us like these matching like Grinch Christmas cups. And we're having our vision board gathering, right? We're making our vision boards for 2026, which I totally suggest you do. Those are magic. Those are magical implements. Anyways, I sometimes go off track here, but I am making this beautiful, wonderful white chocolate peppermint hot cocoa. Well, guess what my secret ingredient is in there? It's bayberry. And then Thursday, Thanksgiving, second Maven. Everything I'm making, I'm pretty much incorporating bayberry in. I'm sprinkling it on our roasted Brussels sprouts. I'm mixing it in with our mashed potatoes. I make this amazing like cranberry sausage stuffing that I'm mixing it into. We do a homemade pie every year, and I actually do sigil work for us, a family crest of sigils in the pie dough, and I brush that with caramel. So I'm actually going to put some of the bayberry powder on the caramel brush when I brush that. And I think some of you probably seen my videos before with the loaded sourdoughs. I think sourdough bread is very magical. I paint mine with sigils, and I do all kinds of things with sourdough, to be honest with you, but We also load ours with little meltable icing, sheets or wafer sheets after we write our goals on them, and that melts down when the bread is baking. It is the middle of the night, you guys. Seriously, I can't believe I'm doing this video. Anyways, the point is I'm adding Bayberry to my magical sourdough on Thursday. So that's what I'm doing. What can you guys do? You can use it for anything. If you like candle work, burn it with a prosperity candle. If you do threshold, so definitely use it for candle work. You can burn it with a prosperity candle. If you do threshold magic, I would mix some in with maybe resurrection water, Florida water, Four Thieves. Go ahead and wash your windows and doorways, or wash your threshold charms with it. Wear it in a little charm. Put it in a gree, whatever you want. Really, the only limitation here is your imagination and what your personal practice is. But I can tell you it helps with overspending. It helps to balance things out. So a couple other things I wanted to mention is in December, we also have quite a few other celebrations outside of the Abrahamic pantheon of Yahweh, Tetragrammaton, Adonai. We celebrate, Mammon has a special celebratory day. Belial has the Feast of Belial, the red candle ritual, and of course Sol Invictus, which is the solar deity or the sun pantheon. So we have a lot of different pantheons and deities that are worshipped and celebrated that have rituals in the month of December. I can tell you Bayberry will work excellent as an offering in all of those rituals. I know personally here at Grave Intentions, we are doing community and group services for all three of those events this month, and we are using Bayberry as offering in all of them. I think using it in sacred firework is very potent in terms of soliciting deity support and attention, the best kind of attention, of course. So that is one way you can incorporate it. Before I forget, of course, these are goetic herbs as well. Bayberry is used in a lot of goetic work. Just recently, I made some updates to our main website. I added a lot of new pages where I'm kind of explaining different practices, and goetic practices is one of those things I'm explaining. I'm also writing a course on demonolatry that I'm hoping I'll have done by January, but we'll see. Anyways, on that goetic practice page on the website, I do have a list of around 56 books. I'm a bibliophile, and I also like to validate my practice processes through research. And a lot of the books on there are pulled from the oldest grimoires, right? Working with not just goetics, but angelics and lots of other pantheons, Canaanite, Syrian, Mesopotamian, Hellenistic, Egyptian. There's tons of pantheons in there. And Bayberry is mentioned in almost all of those grimoires. Most of them are written in French, Hebrew, German, and have been translated painstakingly over the years to English. And I was surprised at how often Bayberry is mentioned as offering or as an implement of some sort. If you get a chance, go to our website, check out that list of books, about 56 of them. They're very, very worthwhile, especially if you have a omnistic polytheistic practice, or you're looking at doing goetic work, or you're already doing goetic work. I think that it's just, knowledge is power, right? It's awareness, it's preparedness. So check it out. I do all that for you guys so that you have resources. And of course, if you have any questions, hit me up, private message me. You can reach me on my Patreon, my YouTube, my Etsy, my main website, my Instagram, my Snapchat. I'm all over the place, and I'm here for it. Other than that, I hope you guys all have a wonderful, amazing Thanksgiving or second Mabon with your family and friends, and stay magical.